Yo, what's good everyone, it's your boy Laser. Hope you have an amazing day, and today we're going to be talking about Melon Client, which is unfortunately now discontinued. The client is pretty much dead in the water at this point. Elon announced this earlier on his very long and, in my opinion, very boring live stream. I wish he would have just done an announcement video kind of explaining why he's ending the client and stuff like that. But as someone who has talked a lot about this topic and has interviewed a lot of the staff and Elon Musk Melon himself on this topic, I feel pretty qualified in saying overall why I think the client failed in general. And we're going to address some new added controversy just a little bit real quickly. And so, yeah, let's just jump into it. Sorry that I didn't upload for 3 weeks. I was killed by exams, but now I'm back in the Minecraft community and I'm going to be grinding out some videos. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Anyways, Elon Musk Melon did a live stream where he basically talks about how he's ending Melon Client. Then he kind of reacts to this video that was made on him or something along those lines. And I'm actually making this video partially because a very active member of Melon Client staff, Glitch, contacted me saying that he was kicked off the Melon Client staff team. Now, if you don't know Glitch, he's a pretty instrumental role within the client itself. He's been there from the beginning. With Kameson and stuff like that. Glitch is a pretty instrumental person within Melon Client, and so he was, of course, a little upset that he was kicked off of the team. Now, I talked to him, and during Elon's live stream, he claims that that Glitch himself was not kicked off of the team. Now, I'm not sure who to believe here. It's up to your interpretation, but to be honest, this doesn't really matter at all because the client's dead in the water. I think it's probably better that Glitch got out of there right now anyways, because the client is just super dead. And it's really unfortunate to see the client in this state. It looked really promising from the betas we've seen and stuff like that. And we even got really close to having official release build out there. But yeah. All right, so now we're going to get into the reasons why Melon Client failed. And this is from an outsider's perspective, but personally, I have communicated a lot with Melon Client staff and developers, Kameson. I've communicated with Elon Musk Melon. I did an interview with him on my channel, as you can see if you want to watch those. But essentially, I've been pretty involved in communicating with people who work directly with Melon Client, so I feel pretty qualified in saying why I think Melon Client failed. All right, probably the biggest reason why I think Melon Client failed was overall management. In my discussion with the developers and staff of the client, all had issues with the way Elon Musk Melon managed the client. Essentially, Elon acted as the leader of the client and also the main advertiser because he would, get in contact with other YouTubers who wanted to use the client, and then also he would basically promote the client on his channel through all his videos, as you guys are very much aware of. But behind the scenes, Kameson and eventually Glitch would take more of a leadership position than Elon Musk Melon, according to developers I talked with. Now, whether Elon Musk Melon was legitimately being a strong leader within the client itself and telling the staff what to do and kind of organizing things in general is up for debate. You can form your own opinions, but from what I've heard from the developers, a lot of them said that Kameson really took a strong leadership position and he was the one kind of organizing them until he was kicked off and that drama happened. I think probably the main failure of the client was the overall management, because once they lost Kameson, the client not only lost their main lead programmer, but also their, organizer and leader in general, which I think is what kind of caused that gradual collapse of the client. And it's sad to see, I definitely think that managing a client would be super difficult. I don't even have a Discord server because I think it would be too much work to manage that. So I can imagine the amount of stress and work it would be for Elon. So I'm not blaming him for Melon Client's failure in any sense at all. I just believe that the management overall had many flaws, and I think that's what led to the demise of the client in the end. Now, a lot of you might be saying, wait, but didn't the leaks also hurt the client? In my opinion, no. I think it actually helped the client because it generated a hype because everyone wanted that version of the client. Everyone was super desperate to get their hands on the client. So essentially, by it leaking, it generated hype for the people who weren't going to use the leak, but they were still able to see footage of the client and how it worked. It generated a lot of hype for the client in general and got that YouTube buzz, because drama gets views. So essentially, in general, I think the leaks weren't really instrumental in Melon Client's demise. I really think at the end of the day, it comes down to management. And you can ask any of the developers, and they'll probably say the same thing too. I just think, it's sad to see what Melon Client has become, at this point. It was looked really promising in its early stages, and we got really close to seeing a really nice client put together. But, this is commonly the fate of a lot of like smaller, like, I guess, privately designed or owned clients made by individuals or small groups of people. Like Lunar, Bad Lion, and even like Labia and stuff like that are successful because they have teams working on them and like a large amount of people. But Melon Client stemmed from only Elon Musk Melon paying one dude on Fiverr, Kameson, to develop a client, and then it grew to something so much bigger, right? And that like large scale of the client and that large interest, I think, is what caused the client to crumble because, as a person, it's hard to dedicate enough time to be able to manage something like a client itself. I imagine that Elon Musk Melon has a lot on his plate, probably involved with not only his YouTube channel, but Melon Client, but school and then personal life. I definitely think that it would be very hard to juggle all those things. So I can definitely see like why the client would become the way it is today. I think it's probably just healthier and better for everyone that the client is like, discontinued, because I think it was definitely weighing on the overall community and the staff as well, because they'd put in all this work just for the client not to be released. I think it's better, how about we just let the client die here and not invest any more time and energy into it. I think overall it's sad to see the client go, but I think it was just the natural progression of how things were going at that point. This has been a very drama-filled client, but it's been interesting to see how the community reacts and stuff like that. I think generally overall the community's actually been pretty supportive all the way around, not been too toxic to any side, surprisingly, so I'm actually pretty happy at the overall maturity. I have seen a little bit of hate go to certain groups or individuals, but generally, I think that actually the community has been surprisingly actually pretty mature with this situation. So it's actually nice to see, that for once within the Minecraft community. Anyways, guys, I hope you have an amazing day. That's about all I have to say, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!